here are talking about legacy and what your business does or you as an individual do to help your companies or your clients to help shape their legacy, or what are you doing to shape your own legacy? And we'll just kind of go around and get feedback and input from everyone on that topic. So we'll start out, since we came last, to Sue. We'll start with Sue. Sue, what kind of things legacy and help people either shape their legacy, or what are you doing personally, or just that general topic? Is it something that fits with you?
That's actually a really good question. Not really sure. I never really thought about it. I like my business. I have grandchildren that are around, running around. Just helping people. That's what I'd like to do. The polished strips, the nail polish strips, they do help. They free up some time for busy women. And it gives me extra time. I mean, I'm retired. I stay home with my husband. We do what we want to do when we want to do it. And that's just pretty much it. We just do what we can, and we reach out and help people.
Now, is your business, just a little more about your business. So is your business a multi-level business, or is it single level where you just sell the products and get direct? I mean,
it's direct sales. It is multi-level.
Got it.
It is multi-level. And the company's barely 5 years old. So it's growing by leaps and bounds. And it's fun. It's fun. And, Wendy and I did the events, and I've done 4 in the last 5 days, I think. And it's fun. And the best part is when I show it to somebody for the first time. They're like, what? That's it? You done? It's dry? Huh? And it's fun. It really is fun. People just really do not believe what it is.
I also got another value for your products. Like I don't know about the other girls in the room, but I spend about $150, $170 a month on my nails. So I think that is add value. You can save people a lot of money.
Big time.
Yeah. So it should be on your in front of people, because when you talk about saving money, everybody gets interested, especially in the guys too. If you buy this for your wife or girlfriends, whatever, you're gonna save a lot of money.
Yeah, and I always tell men what they do on their toes and put in their shoes. I don't tell anybody. It's their little secret. So,
And Shirley, as far as your business, you said your mom had started your business, correct?
Yes, in 1987.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, so you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go next.
Okay. So yeah, my mom started 1987. I did not arrive until a month before 9/11. I took her business over in 2001. And my struggles in this country was everything. I didn't know the language. I didn't know the laws. I didn't know taxes, how the IRS work. I had to learn everything from scratch, and the culture and everything. So when I acquired the company, I shift the mission to not only provide cleaning services, but help the immigrants understand all this shock of culture. And when you live here, you need to live by the rules here. You can't move here and still living with your own rules that you brought in here. So I help my employees, I educate them in every aspect of what it is to live in this country, to be deserving to be here and be part of this beautiful culture. And that has been my main goal in my company. It's not just the cleaning aspect, but education aspect, to help the immigrants to understand better how to live better here.
Excellent. And we'll take it off to Don. I think, Don, you have a lot of different things in the insurance world.
Yeah. I started in the insurance business about 38 years ago, and started in the life side and was able to help people, but it was a very difficult thing. But when I got into the property and casualty side, which was the homeowners, the automobile, and all that stuff, the everyday expenses that people had with it, and small businesses particularly, people were overwhelmed with the cost of doing business. Having to have liability coverage and your your stuff covered, and workers' comp, if you had employees and stuff, it would drive people crazy. So I learned how to educate everybody on all those different things, so they know what they had to have, what they should have versus what they could afford, and then kind of branched out into the community to help in other areas, such as the community solar, which is kind of that really goes to my heart, because it makes a big difference in the environment. It makes a big difference in the neighborhoods, and it can help anybody. And it reduces their costs along with some of the other things that I do. So, and it's also everything but the insurance side is also sort of multi-level. In other words, I can also help people add an income if they want to, doing something good, helping anybody that they talk to, and anybody who participates is being benefited by it. So that's a great feeling, to be able to know that if I make any money, it's because I'm helping somebody do something, and they're making a difference. And because they're making a difference, I'm making a difference, and that's pretty cool. That's a really neat way to go to bed every night. So, and I love it.
I asked Don a question.
Please do.
Sure thing.
So could you just explain a little bit further the community solar?
Sure. Community solar is a way for anybody who has, like right now, for instance, PSE&G has a state program. New Jersey has just gotten into, I don't know, I'm assuming most everybody's from New Jersey, but New Jersey has just started their community solar program. It's very big in like New York State. It's huge. Massachusetts, Maine. New Jersey's pretty new. The last 2 years they've been in a kind of a startup process, and now it's kind of going full steam. What it does is it gives anybody who wants to participate in the solar business the opportunity to do so. If you have a PSE&G account right now, you don't have to own the property. You don't have to have a roof that's available. So a lot of people want solar on the roof, but they can't put solar panels, whether they don't qualify financially, whether they don't have trees. The neighbor, like our house has, the neighbor next door has huge trees, and I couldn't put solar panels on our house. Or if you rent, if you're a renter or you own a condo, you can't put your solar panels on the roof. But you can participate in this. These are solar farms that are built in this throughout the state, either on farmland, or you'll see them if you're driving down the highway, maybe at Rutgers, or in Edison. There's one on they just built on the landfill, which is one of the ones that we represent. And you can participate in that. That goes directly onto the grid, so it's locally done. So if you're on PSE&G, it's on the local PSE&G grid, and you can be part of it for free. You just sign up. Everything's handled electronically by billing, and you still pay one bill. It doesn't cost you anything. It's guaranteed savings. In New Jersey, it's 10% guaranteed if you're in the regular market. If you qualify for the low to moderate income market, then it's a 25% guarantee. So it's like 3 months free electricity every year for 20 years. And there's no cost. There's no contract to can't, like if you move. Just signed my son up this past year before the farm even went live. He ended up buying a house out in Hackettstown, which was in a different territory, different area. It wasn't PSE&G. So he had to give up his program. Didn't cost anything to do that. But that opened it up for somebody else to come in at that address. So he actually left it for the new people that moved in. So it's a pretty cool thing. Like I say, it's free, doesn't cost anything. And I set them up typically for fundraisers for church or for an organization. Even some towns have it. In New York particularly, there's a number of towns that actually, the town runs the program, and people sign up through the town. The town gets a donation from the company, and people get the benefits. So it's a pretty cool thing.
Excellent. And then Drew, do you want to talk a little bit about from your perspective on legacy? You're muted, sir.
Yeah, my legacy actually, to get me up in the morning, I want to be the best version of myself. And in order for me to be the best version of myself, I want to be able to help others become the best version of themselves. And that starts with my 3 kids. So I always think about, I don't really want them to be like me, because obviously, we have one chance in this life, and we do things because we don't know, we have by trial and error. So by what I've learned at age 53 now, I kind of want to, I'm reshifting and doing things the way I would do them at 53. They see that, and I want them to emulate doing the right thing, integrity. There are things not to waver on, and there are things you can waver on. So my legacy really is to help people become the best version of themselves and work at the top of their license.
And Candido, you do a lot with this, right?
I do. And, you know, one of the points is like most of the times we don't think about legacy. We're trying to build this, you know, we're trying to build a company, and, you know, we have and time passes and we don't think on, you know, what's going to happen at the end. You know, my kids doesn't even they don't want to join the business I'm building, or if they go other way, you know, what I'm going to do next, and how can I pass on not only wealth, but also my story to my grandkids, which probably, you know, that you're going to see them grow. And, you know, having documents in place is one part of it, but talking about it and developing the idea and putting it together, it's what really help us have this foundation block for the future, even starting today.
Yeah, I know that's a key piece of what we do with our plans that we put together for individuals. Like, we always take that legacy approach from the beginning to end. It's kind of what makes it holistic. We kind of start with kind of where do you eventually want to be, and factor through all these things to get there. But the reality is there's going to be life events that come up along the way. You don't know how long your dash is. You know, everyone's a dash. You have the time on the beginning of your tombstone and time on the end of your tombstone. We have no idea how long that dash is, but we want to make the most of that dash while we have it, and be flexible to be able to be prepared as we go through all the different things that can come at us. And that's a lot that what we do in our plans is we take that legacy approach and kind of run things through. And, you know, health and fitness are a big part of it. So I think Danelle and Rochelle, you can have some things to talk about that as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know, what I do with my patients, and as far as legacy is concerned, it kind of goes along with what you guys were all just talking about, but I try to teach my patients that, like, your story doesn't have to be your parents' story or your grandparents' story, and you have the ability to change, you know, to change that history and to make something better for yourself and for your kids. And just because, you know, it could be a money story you have, it could be some type of trauma that's been in your past, your parents' past, or something that's been passed down to you, but you can work through that yourself. And you can change that for your children. So you can be the better, like Drew was saying, be the best version of yourself. So then you can pass that on to your kids. And, you know, so much of that comes with working through your beliefs, you know, your beliefs that don't work for you anymore, working through traumas that have been passed down to you. And, you know, and that's part of, like, you know, I think it kind of goes, you know, I do it from a body perspective, but it goes along with what Dennis was saying too. It's just a holistic approach to working with people, is really looking at the whole picture. You know, pain story, that's huge for me, right? Like, there's so many patients that are in pain, and their pain story could really date back to what their mom or their dad was always in pain, always complaining, and they just learned how to be in pain too. And so you change that for them, and now they can change that for the next generation. So, you know, with the legacy, from my perspective, is you can create your own story. You don't have to have the story of your past.
I agree with Rochelle completely. And also, well, I agree with everyone really, but something that's really motivating to a lot of my clients is being around long enough to have a relationship with their grandkids. Because if you don't take care of your body, I know Drew and Rochelle have already mentioned this, but if you don't take care of your body, like now, today, you aren't going to be able to do those things that you want to do. You aren't going to be able to have the experiences you want to have with your family. And from my perspective, that legacy, I'm not as interested in money. I know I'm just not motivated by money. That's a bit of a problem for me, but seeing people be able to move on and not have the cholesterol problems, the blood pressure problems, all of that sort of stuff that maybe run in their family, and being able to be there 100% with their family and their grandkids, and enjoying those relationships is very important to me. And I also loved what Rochelle said about stories, because women in particular in this culture have so much going on about our bodies. Like, it's insane the messages you get about your body starting. And I was shocked by this because I have 2 girls, but starting like when they were 7, 8, I heard things about how they needed to lose weight and how they looked fat in XYZ. And that is just my absolute, my focus in my life is to work against that, because the women come to me and they're like, oh, I can't believe, like, I've let myself go. I'm so fat. I'm unattractive. I'm never going to be able to do X. And a lot of it is mental. You think about, okay, well, you know, fitness, it's like just jumping around and stuff, but a lot of it is mental, and talking about those things and working that for yourself so that then you are able to not pass that on to your kids, which is what I am hoping to do.
Most of it is mental. I mean, I think a huge part of it is the mental aspect, right? It's your belief system. It's, you know, that's the biggest part of it for sure.
Well,
I would-
particularly because people give up, right? Like, they
Yeah.
try something for a week or two, but their belief systems work in a way that then, you know, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for 2 weeks and I haven't lost 50 pounds. Well, and then they quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love
Right.
to add to this, just like it's sort of the perfect segue into what I'm trying to leave behind as a legacy for Clarent. So Clarent was named after my 2 children, Claire and Anthony, if you guys don't know that, but also neither of them have any desire to ever take over my business, which is so ironic, right? But I mean, of course, they're very young, so like things may change. But for me, I wanted to show my children and grandchildren, hopefully I meet them someday, that I will be part of that shift in work-life balance, and that you can build an empire without working 80 hours a week and never ever seeing your family. And so I'm really passionate about work-life balance. And as I look at my schedule today, I literally have 10 back-to-back meetings. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? But I am definitely shifting towards that 4-day work week. And like you guys all knew from my presentation a few weeks ago. And I just really feel like that is so important that we all push and strive towards de-stressing our lives. And a lot of our stress comes from our work, even though I love what I do. I absolutely adore every part of my day, but having that work-life balance and showing up for your kids and sitting down and eating meals, like Wendy said earlier, with them, and just asking them how their day was. Like, I feel like we spend so much time just, yeah, guys, I'm busy. I'm on a call. I'm in a meeting. Everybody be quiet. And you're pushing them away all the time. And it's just like, pretty soon they're going to be teenagers and they don't want to spend time with mommy and daddy anymore. And it's just like, just enjoy those moments, but at the same time, push your business forward and grow it. So that's what I'm hoping to do with my legacy. Lots of work ahead.
And Maggie, how about yourself?
Yeah, so I sort of agree with everybody. I was making notes. Number one, yes, the work balance and family balance, huge. As a single parent, I wanted to show my children, my daughter specifically, that to be strong, that you could do it all. I wanted her to see me succeed. So I've opened my business, and I'm passionate about helping new business owners. Sort of bookkeeping is a backbone of your business. So I like helping new businesses to educate them, to make sure that they are set up properly from the beginning so they can succeed later on. So coming from, I love this country because coming from Poland, being born in Poland, and coming here, it is so easy here to open your own business and be successful. This is truly a lot of opportunities. And I've myself, over last few years, being on my own, learned that if you just want something bad enough, you can do it. This country allows you to be whatever you want to be. You just have to put some work in it, and it's going to happen. So I want and tying to what Shirley said a little bit about immigrant population too. Like we all come here to have a better life, and this country is just amazing how it allows this to happen. So I really, number one, want to show my children the strength, the possibilities, and number two, I want to help others, specifically new businesses, help them set up and set that backbone, that foundation of your business. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm all about.
Perfect. And then finally, we have Wendy, I think, and then Tim. So Wendy, you want to go?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I love what Danelle was saying before about how we have to take care of ourselves. And, like I said in my presentation, food is powerful. And without even realizing it, many of you are already creating your legacy at home with your mealtime traditions, your holiday traditions that revolve around food. My kids are young men now. They're 25, 22, and 19. And yet they still ask me every year, when are we doing Christmas cookies? Those are traditions. That's something I always did with my mom, and apparently without even thinking about it, because I just enjoy doing it, I have created that tradition for my kids, and hopefully they will carry that down. So, anything that you're doing, whether it's Taco Tuesday or, those traditions. I have a friend, she's Jewish, and they have their Hamantaschen tradition, and the whole family gets together and they peel all those apples and make Hamantaschen for the holidays. So, any of that is creating a legacy with your family. And I pass that on to my customers too, and it's to all of you as I'm talking about that. So, as you do these things, a few of you commented about your schedules and how you meal plan during the week, which is totally awesome, because that also will make it so much easier for you to get a meal on the table. But in a way, you're also creating those traditions, because your kids will remember how much fun they had at that baked potato bar or on Taco Tuesday. And they will start to do that when they have their own place in their own family.
And then Tim, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mentioned, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago when we were in the chat room about taking people's old memories, their lives really. And I would encourage all of you, if you have an aging uncle, grandparent, or anybody, you can grab your phone. Where's my phone? You grab your phone, or even one of these still cameras which shoot video. Just talk to them, record it, get the memories down. I did it when we were driving home from Cape Cod with my father-in-law, who I think was 92 at the time, and I just knew, he's always got these stories, and so we're driving, and I just started asking him, tell us about this, when you and your brothers were out on the boat in the bay. And I just turned on my phone, and it's an audio recording. Think about it. Just if there's somebody just do it. And I also mentioned, what I do. I had a friend who unfortunately lost his son to the opioids, and he has boxes and boxes of all this material. And I have preserved it, because when it's on tape, it's not going to last. But if you have material from your kids when they were little, VHS, you don't have to come to me. There are plenty of places online that will transfer that stuff, but do it, because it's not going to last. So that's my advice. And I guess that falls into the legacy category, does it not?
Oh, without a doubt. It's great insight. Great insight. Well, excellent, everybody. Sorry I was a little out of it today. If you have any questions or you have any concerns or anything, feel free to reach out. Sue, if you want to put together, I'll send you the link. I think you have the card. You just go to relaxteams.card. I'll reach out to you afterwards, and go out and fill out that card. We'll get you on your spot on the team, and we'll go from there. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye.